and welcome to a new week of music class. Today we're going to have a theme that's talking about autumn leaves, and the very first song is going to be talking about leaves that are falling to the ground, and then we're going to do a lesson about those with an activity with some worksheets. So I'm going to turn the light off because it's easier to see this with the light off, so hang on just a moment. Again, let me turn this on once. I think you can still see this. This song is called Falling Leaves. And if you notice, sometimes the notes go up and sometimes the notes go down. If you look at this note is underneath the staff. We've talked about a staff before. Underneath the staff, it goes up and then up again, and up, down, starts down and goes up again and down like that. And that kind of reminds me of falling leaves and how sometimes on a windy day, they're just kind of lazy and they just take their time coming down. And I have some leaves here today. They just take their time and they don't hurry. They're just kind of wandering around, slowly making their way to the ground. And I want to show you something. These are the notes, and your mom, I know, is a musician, and so sometimes you probably have some songbooks or songs at your house. And this is what it looks like when somebody is reading the piece of paper that tells you, and I'm going to draw a little line. I'm going to follow the notes. I'm connecting, it's kind of like connecting the dots. So sometimes they go up, they start high, and they go a little bit lower. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to turn off the screen so you can see this. But this is, I took my little marker and I connected all of these dots, these notes, and let's see what they look like when I turn the screen off. So hang on just a minute. I turned off the music, and so now you can see, and I'm going to make it a little bit closer for you. Now you can see what I did with the marker. I started at the beginning of the song with the notes, and remember I connected the dots on the song. I connected the notes, and sometimes it starts here and it goes up and then down a little bit, and then it stays the same for a while. Then it goes up a little bit and then down a little bit more. And the next line, like when we're reading a book, it started about here, stayed about the same, then it went down and then stayed about the same, and then went down a little bit, and then went up a little bit, and then down a little bit. And sometimes songs do that. And then again, that reminds me of the leaves that are falling to the ground, that are just taking their time. There's another song about leaves. I want you to look at these blue dots. This one is a little bit different because listen to my voice and follow along to what I'm pointing to on the dots. Down, down, yellow and brown, the leaves are falling down to the ground. Try that again, ready? Down, down, yellow and brown, the leaves are falling down to the ground. Now I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm singing with my voice, and I'm also pointing. I'm starting at the high circle, and every time my voice goes down a little bit, I'm pointing to the next circle, and down a little bit to the next circle. So in this case, if these are leaves falling down today, I start high and I get a little bit lower and I keep going. And this tells me that maybe the leaves were falling from the tree maybe on a day when there was no wind at all, and they just went plop, straight down, straight down. But in this song, the composer, the person that wrote the song, wanted to make us feel like it's a day that the leaves are falling down from the trees and they're going straight down to the ground. They're not bouncing around and going high and taking their time like the other song. This one goes straight down. Now I'm going to do this with my hands, so listen, watch carefully. Down, down, yellow and brown, the leaves are falling down to the ground. So sometimes composers, and the composers are the people that write the songs, and they come up with the ideas in their head. Sometimes they make songs go just like this, start at the top and go all the way down. Sometimes they're like the other song, red, red, yellow, red, and brown, where they kind of yellow, red, and brown, falling to the ground. Sometimes they go up a little bit, sometimes they go down a little bit. I want you to think of a Christmas song that the composer, this is a song that lots of people hear at Christmas time and sing at Christmas time. I want you to see what this composer did. This is George Friedrich Handel. He's a very, very famous musician, composer. And this is what he decided when he decided to write this song. Let me see if you can guess what Christmas song this is. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Listen to it one more time. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Now I'm going to add the words. Listen to this one. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Have you ever heard that song before? It's a Christmas song. And George Friedrich Handel, Mr. Handel, is this wonderful composer who writes all kinds of really hard and tough music. But for that particular song, he decided to just choose the melody start the melody by going up and going down a little bit, and down a little bit, and down a little bit, and down a little bit. The whole joy to the world, the Lord has come. So he made that part very simple. He just started a high note and he moved down a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And that's your melody. That's the decision that he made when he was writing a song. Now, I want to show you, there is a song for you to print, 2 pages for you to print out. This one, first of all, is our song that we sang before, yellow, red, and brown. And you can rewind it and listen to that song again. And I want you to follow. You're learning, because you're in first grade, you're learning. You might know some of these words already. This is yellow. There's 2 parts to that word. Yellow, 2 parts. Yellow, yellow, 2 parts. So these are 2 little leaves on top of the word yellow. This is red and, because that's part of the song, red and. This is brown, and this is a different kind of leaves. It's they're kind of getting brown, kind of like, they almost look like bean leaves. But it's autumn, and so they're getting a little bit brown too. They started green and they're getting brown. And so this one, you go brown, you hold it out, brown. So when you hear the song, you can have this page in front of you and you could follow with your finger. And you don't even have to sing the song, but just follow with your finger and point to the words. So this is how it goes. Yellow, red, and brown, gently falling down. Autumn leaves come floating slowly to the ground. So some of these are big words, autumn and floating and slowly and ground. Some of those are big words, but if you just listen to the song, you don't even have to say the words or even know how to read them. You just follow with your finger. Yellow, red, and brown, gently falling down. Autumn leaves come falling slowly to the ground. The second sheet, so this is following, pointing with our fingers and following the song. This song is, this one is, remember, sometimes we have tas and titis. And last week we talked about writing draw a circle, color it in. And you had a little exercise to practice that. And tas were the quarter notes. And we said ta, 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 and ti, ti, ta. And half notes look like this. They are almost like the quarter notes, but they're not colored in. They look like this, like you're starting to draw a quarter note, but you don't bother to color it in. And you just go, and there's that's the word brown in this song. Brown. and you hold it out a little bit longer. And so for this song, we would say, yellow, red, and brown, gently falling down. Autumn leaves are floating, slowly to the ground. And listen, this time I'm going to say tas and tees. Tee, 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 ta. Tee, 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 ta. Tee, 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 ta. Tee, 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 ta. So you can do that very same song without saying the words yellow, red, and brown, and just change them to TT ta-ta, TTs and tas. Now this worksheet tells you yellow, red, and brown. And this worksheet has empty hearts. And these are the choices. You're going to take a pencil and you're going to write a quarter note if it's a ta, if there's one part to the word ta, ta. Remember, if there's two sounds to the word TT, TT. And if there's a long sound for two long wings, that's what it looks like. So here, this is the word yellow in this square. How many parts of the word to the word yellow? Yellow, yellow, TT. So I would draw 2 eighth notes right here, 2 TTs inside that heart. How about this one? Red and, red and. In that measure, there's 2 parts to those words. So I would again write 2 eighth notes inside the heart. Brown, this one, we say brown really long, brown. So I think that would go there. It looks like the quarter note that's not colored in. And then the next line, gently, it'll be T, 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 ta. Now, T, 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 ta, T, T, ta, T, 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 ta. So here, you are going to write the song that we've been singing in those little hearts. And so the words are there, the words are here. And think about how many parts are to that inside that box. And then you're going to decide, am I going to write a quarter note, a ta? Am I going to write 2 eighth notes? Those are TTs. Or am I going to write a half note, which is that quarter note that's not colored in? And you hold it out, ta. So you're going to draw what the song looks like on a piece of paper. The next one is this is a tricky one because this one, they have the very same thing, except you're going to fill in the rhythms, your choice. Again, here is, my fingers backwards, under the word, under that heart, yellow. Remember, if that's an eighth note, this is the whole measure right here. Yellow, red, and T, 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 T. So your 3 choices of what you're going to draw. Are you going to use, is this the correct one? T, 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 T. Or is this one T, T, ta? Or ta. So this is kind of like your word bank, like when you're in when you're looking for fill in the words and for your spelling and reading class. These are your choices, either this measure or this measure or this measure, these rhythms. And you're going to figure out by looking at the words again under here, yellow, red, and T, 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 T. I know there's 4 parts right here. I'm going backwards. 4 parts to this box right here, yellow, red, and T, 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 T. So I think the correct rhythm to draw is this measure right here, T, 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 T. This is going to fit underneath this box. The next one is just one word, brown, but that's the one that we hold out a little bit longer, brown. Look at the 3 choices. That doesn't look like brown. This doesn't look like brown. This is brown. So in this box, you're going to write this half note that looks like, draw a circle, but you're not going to color it in, and you add a stem. So you have 3 sheets today. This sheet is, you're going to point with your finger and follow along with the song. You can either sing the song or just say the rhythms, or your mom can rewind the movie, the video, and you can follow along and point with that. This next one, you're going to, on top of the word, you're going to write if it's a ta note or TT notes or a half note, okay? And this one, you're going to write the whole measure and fill in the box. In each box, you're going to either put 3 different choices, that measure, that choice, or that choice, or that choice. So you have 3 things, and I would love it if you could send me a picture of them today. You're kind of You're writing music down. You're kind of writing a song down. We've sung it before, but now you know what it's going to look like on paper. And have a great week. And next week, we'll start some Halloween stuff. Have a great week. Bye.